In the annals of ancient history, few cities evoke as much intrigue and moral complexity as Nineveh. Nestled along the banks of the Tigris River, this once mighty capital of the Assyrian Empire stands as a testament to both human ambition and divine judgment. As we delve into the story of Nineveh, we uncover a narrative that intertwines the rise and fall of a civilization with profound lessons about morality, repentance, and the nature of God. Imagine a bustling metropolis, its grand palaces and towering walls reflecting the power of the Assyrian Empire at its zenith. Nineveh was not just a city. It was the heart of an empire that stretched across vast territories, known for its military prowess and cultural achievements. The Assyrians were innovators, excelling in art, architecture, and governance. Their influence reached far and wide, shaping the ancient Near East. But what lay beneath this veneer of greatness? What moral decay lurked within the walls of Nineveh? As we explore the cultural and societal structure of Nineveh, we find a society marked by both sophistication and depravity. The Assyrians were known for their brutal conquests, often leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Their reputation for cruelty was matched only by their indulgence in excess. The people of Nineveh reveled in their power, but this very power became a breeding ground for wickedness. They engaged in practices that defied ethical norms, from idolatry to oppression, leading to a moral decline that would ultimately seal their fate. What led to this descent into depravity? The sins of Nineveh were manifold: greed, violence, and a blatant disregard for justice. They became a society that thrived on the suffering of others, drawing comparisons to other ancient civilizations that faced similar downfalls. Just as Sodom and Gomorrah were consumed by their wickedness, Nineveh too stood on the precipice of destruction, a warning to all who would follow in their footsteps. Enter Jonah, a reluctant prophet with a divine mission. His story begins not in the heart of Nineveh, but in the depths of his own resistance. Called by God to deliver a message of warning to this wicked city, Jonah initially fled, seeking refuge in the opposite direction. What compelled him to run? Was it fear, disdain for the Ninevites, or perhaps a deep-seated belief that they were beyond redemption? Jonah's journey is not just a physical one. It is a profound exploration of faith, obedience, and the complexities of divine mercy. When Jonah finally arrives in Nineveh, he proclaims a message that echoes through the ages. 40 days more, and Nineveh shall be overthrown. This proclamation, stark and unyielding, carries with it the weight of impending doom. But what happens next is nothing short of astonishing. The Ninevites, from the king to the commoner, respond with an urgency that speaks volumes. They don sackcloth, fast, and cry out to God for mercy. What does this say about the nature of repentance? Is it possible that even the most wicked among us can turn back to God? As we analyze the Ninevites' response, we must ask ourselves, was their repentance genuine, or merely a superficial act of desperation? The act of fasting and donning sackcloth was a powerful symbol of humility and contrition. Yet the question remains, did they truly understand the gravity of their actions? In comparing their repentance to other biblical examples, we see a recurring theme: the call to turn away from sin and seek redemption. The Ninevites' actions challenge us to reflect on our own lives. How often do we respond to warnings with genuine change rather than mere outward displays? God's mercy shines brightly in this narrative, illuminating the delicate balance between divine justice and compassion. The story of Nineveh reveals a God who is willing to relent from destruction when faced with true repentance. This theme resonates deeply, reminding us that no one is beyond the reach of divine grace. The implications of this mercy are profound. What does it mean for us today? How do we reconcile the idea of a loving God with the reality of judgment? Yet, the prophetic warnings against Nineveh were not without consequence. History tells us that despite their momentary repentance, the city would eventually face its downfall. External factors, including military conquests and internal strife, played a significant role in Nineveh's destruction. The once great city, which had stood as a symbol of power, crumbled under the weight of its own sins. What lessons can we draw from this tragic fate? Are we too at risk of ignoring the warnings in our own lives and communities? As we reflect on the story of Nineveh, we uncover moral and spiritual lessons that transcend time. The narrative serves as a mirror, inviting us to examine our own ethical dilemmas and societal behaviors. In a world rife with injustice and moral ambiguity, Nineveh's story encourages us to heed the warnings and seek genuine repentance. Are we willing to confront our own wickedness and strive for a life that reflects the values of compassion and justice? The theological implications of Nineveh's narrative are equally compelling. The nature of God, as depicted in this story, challenges our understanding of free will and divine sovereignty. How do we navigate the tension between God's control and our choices? The story invites us to ponder the complexities of human agency in the face of divine purpose. In drawing comparisons with other biblical cities, such as Sodom and Gomorrah, we see a pattern emerge, a recurring theme of warning, destruction, and the possibility of redemption. Each narrative serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to reflect on our own lives and the choices we make. What can we learn from these stories? How can we apply their lessons to our contemporary society? As we conclude our exploration of Nineveh, we are left with a powerful narrative that resonates through the ages. The journey from wickedness to repentance, followed by destruction, serves as a poignant reminder of the consequences of our actions. Nineveh's story has left an indelible mark on biblical literature and theology, challenging us to understand the character of God and the complexities of human behavior. In the end, the tale of Nineveh is not just a historical account. It is a call to introspection. It invites us to reflect on our own lives, our communities, and the moral choices we face daily. As we navigate the complexities of our modern world, may we carry the lessons of Nineveh in our hearts, striving for a life that embodies the principles of justice, mercy, and repentance. What will your response be to the warnings in your own life? The story of Nineveh beckons us to listen, to reflect, and to act.